Hello lovely people, what's up? The topic of today's video is the problems dealt with seeds and seedlings. The problem dealt with in this section are those that commonly occur nowadays in gardens and allotments. Some pests and diseases that were troublesome in the past have been omitted because they hardly ever occur nowadays.
Seeds eaten. Mice.
Mice will dig up and eat larger seeds such as those of peas, beans, sweet corns. Autumn and spring sown crops being at greater risk than summer sowings. Holes appear in the earth where mice have tunneled to find the seeds. If germination has begun, the shoot is usually uneaten and discarded near the seed row. Repel mice by wetting the seeds with a paraffin and dusting them with alum before sowing. Mouse traps can be set along the seed row, but they must be covered to stop birds and pests from setting them off.
Bean seed fly. Delia platura.
Bean seed fly can prevent the germination of all types of bean seed. The white leafless maggots grow up to 1/5 in a long and feed on the cotyledons and shoots. If the seedling manages to grow, the shoot is often distorted or blind. Damage is most evident in cold, wet seasons when germination is slow. Steps can be taken to hasten germination, such as using cloths to warm the soil and watering during dry spells, will enable the plants to pass more rapidly through the susceptible stages of growth. Treating with foxin or primoxymethyl dose will also help protect against the pest.
Seedlings eaten. Slugs. Woodlice. Millipedes.
Slugs, woodlice, and millipedes can destroy the seedlings of most vegetables by eating the stems of young leaves. Control slugs by scattering methocrabs or methyl pellets along the seed rows. Methocrab can also help control woodlice and millipedes. However, if these pests are numerous, it may be necessary to dust the seedlings with HCH.
Flea beetles.
Flea beetles grow up to 1/10 in long and eat small leaves in the upper surface of the seedlings, leaves or brassica, turnips, sweets, and radishes. As the young leaves grows up, they develop a very tattered and torn appearance due to the expansion of these appearances. Holes. Several species of flea beetles may be responsible. They are generally black, sometimes with a yellow stripe on their wing cases. Heavy infestations can check the growth of seedlings or even kill them, but plants are unlikely to suffer further damage once they have grown beyond this stage. Control the beetles by dusting the seedlings with various HCH or methyl. Keep the seed rows watered during dry weather until the plants are established and no longer susceptible to the pests. Troubles that cause great losses only in commercial crops such as various diseases of lettuce also have been omitted, as have those which occur so late in season that they have very little effect on yield and quality, even though producing severe symptoms, for example powdery mildews on peas and root crops. In addition to the measure given here for the control of specific problem,
Leaves discolored. Cold night temperatures.
cold night temperatures can cause the foliage of seedlings to turn white, silver, yellow, or purple. This is particularly true if there is a great difference between the day and night temperature. There is very little one can do to prevent such decoloration, but the affected plants may benefit from applications of a foliar feed to help them overcome the check-in growth. Downy mildew. Causes by the fungus affects young brassica seedlings, especially cauliflower. The fungus causes downy mildew on lettuce. Both fungi shows a whitey malleable or furry growth on the undersides of the leaf, which become discolored. Affected seedlings may be severely checked by the diseases. A moist temperature encourages the mildews, and they are most likely to occur where the seedlings are growing too close together. Therefore, sow seed thinly on a fresh site each year in a well-drained soil with a good thin out early. At the first sign of trouble, remove affected leaves and spray with mancozeb.
Stems collapsing. Damping off.
Dumping off causes the collapse of seedlings at the ground level, especially of beetroot, celery, lettuce, peas, and tomatoes. The symptoms usually appear soon after germination when the seedlings topple over due to the tissues at the base of each stem withering and blackening. The disease is only likely to be troublesome where seedlings are covered crowded, or growing in wet conditions in compacted soil with poor aeration. Prevent damping off by sowing thinly in a good tilth and do not overwater. Use Captain seed dressing to prevent this trouble. Check slight attacks by watering with chestnut compound or copper oxchloride after removal of the dead seedlings.
Why stem fungus?
Wild stem fungus attacks the brassica seedlings, shrinking their stems at ground level and causing the roots to blacken and die. The seedlings eventually collapse in slide order. Plants toppling may not occur, but the tissues at the base of the stems remain hard, brown, and shrunken, thus checking growth. Prevent this trouble by showing thinly in good tilth and avoid overwatering.
Visible pests.
Lettuce aphid is the green flea most likely to attack lettuce. This aphid is green with black markings and may be found on lettuce from May to September. Heavy infestations can rapidly develop and causes the lettuce to become stunted and unpalatable. Control them by spraying with massive heptanes or dialysis. Use dialysis if harvesting plants within a week. Slugs and snails can cause serious damages in wet seasons and may kill young plants before they are established. These pests feed mainly at night, so their presence may be unnoticed. They usually leave behind a very silvery trail of slime on the foliage, which helps to distinguish slug and snail damage from that caused by caterpillars. Protect lettuce by scattering slug pegs between the plants until the damage stops. Do not place petals on the plants as they will rot and possibly allow grey mold to spread on the lettuce leaf.
Leaves eaten. Slugs and snails. Leaves blotched. Downy mildew. Crowns rotting. Grey mold. Roots severed. Cutworms.
Downy mildew can affect mature plants as well as seedlings, though it is usually only the older outer leaves that show symptoms. Affected leaves may be attacked by secondary troubles. Grey mold fungus can infect the leaves but usually attack plants at soil level, causing them to wilt. Prevent this trouble by providing the best soil conditions to encourage rooting and plants out seedlings carefully to avoid damage. Spray overwatering plants regularly with binomial carbenzim and thiopentane methyl. Cutworms are soil-dwelling and caterpillars of certain species of moth. They live in near the soil surface and feed on roots and the bases of stems. The first sign of troubles is that the plants wilt, and examination of the roots will show that the main taproot has been partially or completely severed. A search of the soil near the dying plant will often reveal the cutworm. It is dirty pale brown caterpillar up to 1 by 3/4 in long which tends to curl up when uncovered. Frequently there are only a few cutworms and they can be dealt with by hand. In new or neglected gardens, there are maybe large numbers since the moths lay more eggs in such grounds. In the case they treat the soil which the caterpillars or before sowing.